Wolf Summit that has had a problem with beast people on its outskirts, not attacking, just scouting, and people in the town acting very strangely. And then the doors of the inn suddenly closed and smoke started roiling in. What I'd like to do is introduce each of the characters who are in the inn when this happens, and then recap slightly what they were talking about when the shutters and doors closed. And I think we're going to start with Lylani, the untested thief, played by Larry. Larry just introduced Lylani to us, and then we'll move on from there, and then we'll kind of recap after that, after we do the introductions.
Yeah, so Lylani, as you said, is the untested thief. She is betrothed to the miller's son, Tad, who is a bookish and soft-spoken lad, who also happens to be gay. And let's see. And she's a really great seamstress. She knows all about clothing, and she likes to sew hidden pockets into her clothing in which to stash her stolen possessions. I think she just really likes to like make her way into other people's spaces, and that thrill of trespass, I think, is what's motivating her. Anyway, that's her.
And from there, we will go to Morrain, played by Bethany.
Yeah, Morrain is the would-be knight. Her family has kind of a bad reputation, and she's convinced that she can make up for it by being almost annoyingly helpful and like being known for her courage. And what else?
And Morrain is sweet on someone.
Oh yeah. Hilda, who works at the inn,
right?
Which is why she's always hanging around the inn.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, and Hilda is sort of like an apprentice witch, if I remember correctly. Nice, awesome. And why does Morrain's family have a bad reputation?
I'm not sure. I think that there are a lot of stories. Like, her dad was like run out of town, the next town over, which I picked a name for it, and I don't remember what it was called. Oh, Tarkiln. Yeah. But I don't think anyone knows exactly why, and I don't think he's told anyone. I think there are a lot of stories out there, and it's really hard to tell which one is true, if any.
Nice. All right, we'll come back to that in a moment. Afra, played by Ryan, is the devout acolyte. Ryan, could you tell us a little about Afra?
Yeah, so Afra is a 15-year-old devout acolyte. She had a fairly ordinary childhood. Her parents were fishers, but one day she stumbled upon an abandoned sanctuary that was deep in the woods, and there she found an old kind of records of the goddess Aurora, who is the goddess of healing, suffering, and light. And ever since then, she's kind of felt this call to cleanse the lands of the forces of darkness.
Nice. Okay. We have Darrian, played by Brian.
Oh, Darrian's played by Keith.
Keith, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, I apologize.
Darrian is the last of a fallen house, heir to an ancient kingdom that has since fallen into squabbling duchies and fiefdoms, and his family here in Wolf Summit are just sort of have been laying low for many generations. His father is the village smith, and recent events have led him to believe that perhaps it's time to reassert his right to the regency and try to unite all of these areas and back into a kingdom. And maybe I'll get to knight Morrain if that happens. since I'll be a king and I'm able to do those sorts of things.
Right. And then Constant Sorrow, played by Brian.
So Constant is a foundling. So not the actual person not the actual baby that was born here, but an amazing simulation of the actual baby that was born here. That has since returned from the Feylands and has tried to keep a low profile, as low as a profile you can keep when you have small horns coming out of the front of your head. And a good way to have done that is to help out whenever I can and to have sort of ingratiated myself with the elders of the village. And so far that has worked for me.
All right. I think I'm going to snake backwards to Constant. You wanted to talk about some stuff with your friends as you gathered in the inn tonight. What was the things that happened that you wanted to bring up?
Yes, I'm trying to remember now. I had some concerns about I had seen some things that I had seen some things in the village that were making me concerned.
Right.
And there have been some disappearances. There have been some increased activity by the beast folk.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like something is coming to a head and it should be discussed.
Do you remember who had disappeared?
Oh man, who was it? Gosh, I cannot remember who it was that has disappeared. Help me out, guys. Let's see.
It was the girl whose baby had previously disappeared, right?
Gila.
That's right, Gila. That's right. Right. I had actually been blamed for the disappearance of Gila's baby. I had nothing to do with that. And now Gila herself has disappeared in a sort of a mysterious flood that happened when a dam broke further north.
Right. What do I get for changing pages? Darrian, what was stuff you wanted to bring up?
Well, actually, it follows immediately from that. I had told Constant that I thought it would behoove us both to see if we couldn't try to discover what became of Gila. I'm not quite willing to admit that she's probably dead. So I had actually spent some time stomping around for her, and I was sort of bringing up that maybe we should mount an organized search effort for her when suddenly the smoke started pouring in.
Yep, exactly.
Afra, you'd wanted to discuss some things with your friends before the smoke started pouring in. What was it you had wanted to get everybody here in together to talk about?
I believe that I was excited about these healing herbs that I'd managed to create by mixing this weird green parasitic flower with that red river water from the flood.
Right.
So I was really proud of that as a gift from Aurora. So I'd been showing that to my friends.
Morrain, what was it you'd wanted to accomplish here with this conversation?
See, I told them,
seeing Hilda.
Right, yeah, that's but I told them about a stranger who came into the inn the other night and he was speaking in a language that nobody could understand, and then tried to attack me, and he is apparently locked up in someone's basement right now, and still nobody seems to know what was going on with him.
That's
or
right.
what to do with him.
Yeah, it's locked up in the basement of the inn, I think.
Was it inn, or
was it the inn, or was it one of the owners? Maybe, I don't know.
It was not the basement of the inn. It was the basement of one of the elders.
Elders, yeah.
In fact, you see the elders sort of it's not really a separate room so much as just sort of a quasi curtain corner The curtain doesn't even go fully across. It just kind of creates a sense of privacy. And several of the village elders are meeting here at the inn tonight. It's not a big group. It is not the full community of elders you would expect. But the more serious elders, the elders who are actually old, as opposed to the elders who just have a lot of money. Lylani, what was stuff you wanted to bring up?
I had run across some dead cattle that had been slashed open with some kind of serrated blade thingy. I think maybe we said like a
scythe.
A scythe, right? Okay.
Yeah. The angles
serrated scythe.
You realize
which
is really weird if it had not been a scythe.
Right. I think mine was that scythes are normally not serrated, which means...
Yeah, I mean, that's the other weird thing.
Yeah.
Using scythes to kill cattle and that the scythes are serrated.
Right. Weird on multiple levels.
Yeah.
It's a lot of weird.
Right. And also, I just kind of wanted to... Sorry for... They like to work. People are riding around these like 4-wheel like off-road vehicles, but in the city. Anyway, I really wanted to gross out my friends also just by like sort of gory descriptions of like the cattle wounds and as I was eating my rare steak. Because I am like 14 or 15, so
that's
true.
Right. That's right. I'll have more questions for you guys later, but now the question is: the doors have slammed, the shutters have slammed, weirdly, just freakishly, like almost on their own. And smoke is starting to come in through the crevices. Hilda is looking really panicked. And what's the name of the guy behind the bar tonight? Who is he?
Horst?
Horst? Horst
was
is
it W?
Horst?
Like worst? Okay.
Oh, Horst.
Horse.
Horst.
Thank you.
Horst is looking especially panicked, and about this time, like Elder Magnus and Elder Timothea come out from around the corner where there's about 2 other people, sort of heads down, and you suspect they've been talking about that guy you saw, Morrain, the one you sort of captured, who was speaking, who was refusing to speak the common tongue.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking concerned. Everybody's looking frightened. And the smoke is starting to come in. What do you do?
Let's see, the smoke's coming in. Is it coming in like under the shutters or the door, or?
It seems to be coming in through most of the cracks and crevices, mainly under the windows, since under the door doesn't give it a lot of height to rise.
Well, we're sitting near the window, right?
Yeah, and you start hearing screams from somewhere in the town.
Okay, that's that's a problem.
They may be pointing and looking at the inn. Possibly. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
The shutters are, after all, closed.
Is there I don't know, some relatively heavy-ish object around? So I'm going to try to just like break the shutters open.
Let's give Ryan just 1 minute. See if he can get back on really quickly. But yeah, I think you definitely have the stools and chairs.
That'll work.
Definitely the table.
Oh yeah, the table. We could pick that baby up and use it like a battering ram.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna break open these shutters and let more smoke in.
Ryan, are you back?
I think so. I'm not sure what happened.
Hey.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
Sorry.
it happens to all of us occasionally. So, so you're grabbing the table, Morrain, and where are you aiming it? Are you throwing it? Are you slamming it? What are you doing?
I think I'm just like, yeah, slamming it against the. In fact, it might be like more of a stool because like you hold that up further and like try to just break the shutters open.
I'm gonna cheer her on.
I'm gonna give her a hand. I'm pretty strong myself, so
Cool.
well, maybe we should just try to get the door open first so people can get out. Then the door slam shut.
That
The
might be
question:
better, yeah.
did the door slam shut when the shutters slammed?
The door was already shut.
Oh, okay, so we don't really know how shut it is.
So you're grabbing the table. Who is going towards the door?
I am Darrian.
Darrian. All right. Morrain, I'd like you to roll a d20 and add your strength bonus and tell me what you get.
Okay. $13 plus 15.
Awesome. Roll a d8.
Four.
The shutters start to give, but they're not open. They're not coming open yet at the window you're pounding on. Darrian, you're finding that somebody has barred the door from the outside.
Oh,
Somebody has wedged something into the door
not cool.
from the outside, and it is cold though. When you touch the door is cold. However, thatch is starting to fall into the common room. I mean, the inn has rooms sort of towards the back, but right over the bar area, it's just sort of like straight up to the ceiling. And you're starting to see glowing coming from up above you.
The roof is on fire. The roof. The roof.
I start dancing.
It's horrible yet inspirational. Yes.
I feel like the song may not accurately reflect exactly how frightening.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I feel like Lylani might know like a back way out of here. I feel like that's something that she kind of would
Are you gonna start
keep like
moving that
mental
way?
notes of,
What is
escape routes and
Yeah. What's your process for getting out? Or not your process? What back way are you thinking of?
I'm thinking either just simply like a back door that's maybe used just to load supplies, or maybe even something like into a cellar and then from the cellar to like an outside door, something along those lines.
You know of both. Which one are you headed to?
I think I don't really want to get trapped underground at the moment, so I'm thinking I'm just going to go with the easier of the two, which would just be like surface, first floor, back door.
It's cold to the touch. It is also underneath sort of the area where the sleeping rooms are. You don't have little bits of sooty ash falling in on you. But it is barred.
Ah, they've thought of everything.
Make a note of that. They've thought of everything.
Yeah.
Well, so, or I should say, it's barred from the outside. It's not opening the way it should.
Mm-hmm.
Nor is the front door opening the way it should. What is everybody doing? The shutters you were battering in.
Oh, that seemed to have the most effect so far. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to help with that.
I will cast inspiration in order to increase their skill, bravery, and fortune.
Nice.
So mechanically, that's a +1 to hit and +1 to saving throws.
And what does this look like for you? Is this a spell?
It's a spell, but it comes in the form of me making a really kick-ass speech. And I'm like, are we going to die in here? In the inn where we've drank all these many years? No, we are going to break out of here and kick some serious ass, or something along those lines. And it's much more inspirational than what I just said. And so they're, yeah.
Who's the person who's nearest to you, Sorrow?
Probably it's Morrain.
Morrain, make an intelligence check really quick before you take another swing.
okay.
Just a D20 and try to get equal to or under your intelligence.
I forgot which color. Okay, I'm gonna move one over here and roll it so that I know which one I rolled. There we go. 12.
What's your intelligence?
Good. 12.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It occurs to you that Constant Sorrow is speaking a language you do not know, but you have an idea of what he's saying. Strangely.
Okay, cool.
Roll to attack.
Yeah. $16.
Awesome. Roll your damage.
6.
Yeah, nice.
The window flies open, or the shutters fly open. Hilda and Horst are headed towards you along with the two elders. When the roof starts to give way, what are you doing? And that's to all of you.
I think I'm going to look outside and make sure that I'm not helping all these people escape directly into something that's immediately going to kill them.
You do not see anything that suggests that you see some the bushes underneath the window have been on fire, but it's been dry and it's kind of mid-spring, so they've not really come in yet. So there's not a lot of fuel there.
Right.
If you get a good jump out the window, you're going to clear what's smoldering left of the bushes.
Cool.
All right, I'm going to position myself to help folks out the window.
Yeah,
let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna head over to the window and hopefully avoid any burning thatch. falling from above.
All right. Darrian.
Yeah, I'm with Sorrow. I'm gonna just try and help the elders and the tavern owners get out the window, encourage them to quick.
Who are you trying to help first?
I'm
Elder Magnus, Elder Timothea.
Well, Elder Timothea is the one who
Hilda and Horst.
the chest, so I'll help Elder Timothea first.
All right. Why don't you make a Darrian, make a strength check. Roll equal to or under.
Oh, I think I just rolled a 17 and my strength is a 16.
Oh man, yeah. You grab Elder Timothea and sort of shelter her as a big patch of thatch sort of just falls in. Roll against your breath weapon.
Okay.
Saving throw.
This would be a better time to roll that 17, but that is not what happened. So my breath weapon is a 17, and I rolled a 13.
Wow. So even adding that strength modifier would not help right away.
Mm-hmm.
And the +1 from my inspiration. Still
means I only missed by 3 instead of by 4.
Oh man, brutal.
Oh man. You take 3 damage.
Oof.
But Elder Timothea's robes catch fire.
Oh.
As she kind of falls to the ground and starts kind of flailing to put them out. Afra.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna rush forward and try to help put out those fires.
On Elder Timothea?
Yes.
Give me a dexterity check.
Okay. We going above on dex checks?
Yeah. No, sorry. Equals or under.
I got a 5, which is under.
A 5. All right. You're able to kind of get them out. But you see that me flipping Elder Magnus is also kind of caught as the roof is starting to kind of crumble. And you can see where
how's he caught?
He's sort of like, there's falling little bits of burning thatch falling all over the place. And that's starting to catch other things in the room, and they're starting to smolder. So between the smoke and the bits of burning thatch, he's sort of like kind of pressed up against the wall, about 10 feet from you. Horse run and dive for the window, and sort of flounder out. Morrain, what about you? Hilda is also back there behind the bar, kind of looking around, sort of overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to go help her.
Why don't you make a strength check, Morrain?
Sure thing.
She's sort of caught behind the bar, trying to bound over it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
which would have been awesome had she not sort of kind of slipped halfway up. So one of her legs is sort of flailing behind the bar and the other is sort of awkwardly on top of the bar, and she can't get footing.
Like when you try to look cool. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And she's starting to panic, which is...
Well, it's not good.
That's a 19.
So yeah, you want to get equal to or under your strength.
Right. Oh wait, okay. I shouldn't have added anything then. In that case, it's a 17.
A 17. Awesome.
Yeah. Keeps confusing attacking.
You pull her and you're ready to kind of climb out the window with Hilda. Lylani, you were going for the window. Lylani, you there?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Lylani, you were going for that window too. Are you going right on out?
Okay, so we've got Timothea, like she's rolling around on the ground. Is that sort of her status?
Caught on fire. Afra put her out.
Okay.
Elder Marcus is sort of pinned up against the wall by just like small bits of burning things and furniture starting to smolder. You've got other elders who have are also trying to make their way very, too slowly, clearly in a state of panic.
Right.
Towards the window. One of them seems to be headed towards the door.
Well, that's not going to work. Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to shepherd some of these old fogies out of the what are they, like 30 or something, right? Yeah, I can't. All right, let's
Lylani, some of them may be 50.
Barely able to walk at this point. Yeah,
I know. Pathetic. But I was raised right, so I'm gonna go grab the one sort of heading towards the barred door and lead him or her like over toward the open window.
Right. Why don't you make a dexterity check?
No problem. That is my forte.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if I can make this work. Reroll selected. Do it. Not cooperating.
What color is listed up there for your color?
I have a color?
Yeah, top right, it should say like label color modifier. So mine is set to purple. I'm purple. You can change yours to whatever the drop down options are.
Oh,
yeah.
For the color of dice. Sorry.
Yeah, and then you can just re-roll a brand new one.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think like 3 of you are on orange.
Yeah, I think so. That's why.
Oh, it says color. Oh, I was on clear is what I was on. Is that why I can't?
So clear would be the one to the far right,
yeah,
which is currently a 14. But I think yeah.
Had you rolled that one, Larry, or
I hate. God damn it.
What's happening here? Oh my God.
I don't know. If someone just wants to roll for me, I'd be more than happy to take that.
I will roll for you real quick. All
Thank
right,
you.
you got 5 out of 18. So you have
Bam.
You've grabbed this elder and sort of pulled them sort of towards as more thatch falls in, and you notice the beams are now on fire.
Oh, jeez.
This is
good.
not going to last much longer.
Which elder did you grab?
One of the nameless ones.
Oh, okay. All right.
Feel free to give me a name. But Constant, you're up.
All right. Geez. Who's outside yet?
No one yet.
No one yet. Oh my God.
Morrain's
all right.
Well, I'm sorry. Horst dove out the window.
Smart man. Okay. I will it looks like we've got some activity going on here. Maybe I'm better off on the outside. So I will launch myself outside the window and prepare myself to grab people as they appear and pull them out.
Okay. Constant, make a wisdom check.
No. So be it. All right. Wisdom check. I don't even understand why, but I'll just do it. Okay. 11 out of 11. Is that good enough?
That is great. Yeah, you can see a lot of several of the townspeople are like running towards you.
All right.
But more of them seem to be running towards the woods, is not like running away, like running in pursuit.
Oh, interesting.
They're not looking back over their shoulders. They are looking intensely.
Are they armed?
They have grabbed things. There's some have torches, some have like pitchforks, some have like garden hose.
Okay, it's like angry Frankenstein mob.
Yeah, but wait, sprinting Frankenstein mob.
Okay.
So not keeping formation at all, because it's hard to sprint and keep formation.
Yeah, for sure.
Several of the leaders are sprinting. And then you see one of them who has a torch go down, as if he tripped over something.
Oh, that's not good.
And several of them start throwing things
towards the
they've got
tree
rocks
line?
like towards wherever the guy fell. Not at the guy. You can see him with the torch still, but they're like whatever he tripped on, they're throwing rocks at.
Huh. Okay.
Darrian.
So the situation inside here needs to get a little bit coordinated. This is very frustrating. I'm gonna start. There's elders rolling around on the floor as if they're helpless. There's people paralyzed into inactivity. I'm gonna start yelling at them in a not in an angry way, but just forcefully. Everybody, pull it together. We have to get out of this building. This burning roof is about to come down. Get up, get on your feet, and get out the window.
Yeah, right on.
And I'll be helping Timothea to her feet while I say that.
Why don't you roll charisma there, Darrian?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that, but I went for it anyway.
You don't have a terrible charisma.
It's not terrible. It's just not great.
I just feel sorry for the elders. Like, oh God, I'm 40. I can't be expected to just run out of this room.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, you're just. Oh, it's my lower lumbar. I couldn't possibly make it.
What does a critical failure on a charisma check look like?
Screw you! You owe me money.
I think I'm 15 years old, so I think basically I give this big speech, but my voice just keeps breaking in the middle of it over and over again. I just sound like a little shrill kid yelling, "Come on, everybody! We gotta get out of here!"
Darrian,
it's like
make that saving throw versus breath weapon again.
Oh,
you can add your strength bonus to it.
Oh man!
Add what to it?
You can add your strength bonus to it.
And I rolled a 1 on the saving throw.
Oh, nice.
Remember, you do have those fortune points.
I think this would be a really good time to spend one of those fortune points. I can spend that for a reroll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a lot of them, so we're gonna roll that bad boy. And I rolled a 5 on the second.
Much better. All right.
To,
clear your throat.
Right.
You want to reroll that charisma check? Is that what you're rerolling?
Sure.
Yeah.
Did I not say that? Let's say that's what I was rolling. That charisma.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I said.
They snap to and start moving in the right direction towards the window. Timothea is sort of like dazed, and you're sort of holding her up. But everybody else starts moving towards the window. Magnus sort of comes out from behind the wall. The beams are on fire, and that is sort of like between that and your speech, everybody has sort of snapped out of it. Why doesn't everybody who's still in the inn give me a breath weapon saving throw?
Oof.
You can add your highest physical modifier to it. But tell me which one you add. And your +1 from Constant.
Okay.
Oof. +3 +4 is. Nope.
I made it easily. Roll a 19 on the die, so.
Nice.
We went high on saving.
You and Timothea get out.
Do we want high on saving throws?
You want high on saving throws.
Then I did not pass.
You do have, Afra, you do have a fortune point there that you can spend now or you can wait.
Yeah, why not? Let's give it one. Still did not make it.
All right. I won't encourage you to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Especially since by the time you dive out the window, you're just taking 1 point of damage.
Okay, great. Yeah, I grab a hold and pull.
Pull. Awesome. That is not universal. I just rolled that. Sorry, that is not a like. Oh, ignore that. Morrain, how did you do on your saving throw?
21.
21. Awesome. Lylani.
I failed, I think. All right, I'm going to try it one more time by spending a fortune point. And let's see what happens. I think I got it to work now.
Okay.
Please do it.
And you'll add 3 to it. That's the physical stat.
18.
18.
So it ain't even, yeah.
Yeah, you get out. And Darrian, I think you were the last one left, or had you already gone? I apologize.
No, I rolled a 19 on the die first, so I'm out.
You're good. All right. You and the elders have managed to get out. Timothea is badly wounded. And you hear the crack behind you as the beam caves in and the roof of the inn collapses. But you've gotten everybody you could see out.
Are there any other buildings that seem to be on fire besides the inn?
No, and you can see on the, you're not very far from the door. The door is, especially now that the building is partially on fire behind you, and light is coming out of it. You can see where somebody wedged a large piece of wood into the handle of the main inn door and closed the other shutters and sort of wedged big pieces of wood into them too.
Huh. Who would do that?
Can we still see the mob running off towards the forest?
Those of you who did not see what Constance saw earlier, you can see a few people gathered around something and sort of kicking it and throwing things at it. A few of them have torches, which makes it a little easier to just kind of pick them out.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
See what they have.
Yeah.
Oof, man. I hope these elders are going to be okay. I hope this doesn't aggravate their slightly elevated blood pressure and give them worse insomnia than they might already have.
Lylani, what's your future father-in-law's name? The miller. Did we decide a name for him?
Yeah, we did. Sandolph.
Sandolph, right. You
Yeah.
see Sandolph over with the group. He's constant. Sandolph was the one who tripped over something and then stood back up, and then everybody started throwing rocks at it.
Huh.
He was the one sort of sprinting off with who's holding the torch, and now he's kicking something on the ground. A look of sheer hatred on his face.
So the roof was on fire, and my future father-in-law is carrying a torch. That's interesting.
Well, what Sandal saw is people from the town broke off in 2 different directions. Some of them looked like they were pursuing something, and then some of them were running towards the end. You might deduce that they think they saw whoever set fire to the inn.
Yeah.
Right.
Who are they kicking?
It is impossible for you to see without getting closer.
Let's get close.
But that is when.
I'm
What
getting
is your?
closer.
What is the name of the miller's wife?
We do not have a name for the miller's wife. Names. Something.
Ariadne. The Greek.
I like that.
Can you spell that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ariadne works for me.
Ariadne.
A-N-E, Ariadne. Okay.
Ariadne.
Ariadne with an A.
Yeah, I just hit refresh on get male names or get female names on fantasy name generators, and then take whichever one is at the top of the list.
Who knows what tangled weave Ariadne weaves? Web weaves. Yeah.
Well done. All right. Well done. And one last question, Lylani. Who is Tad's crush? That you could swear flirts with him, but Tad is just completely convinced that it's hopeless.
I think we'll call him something. I think it's also going to start with a T. Tim. No.
Someone call me Tim.
Trey? We're going to call him Trey.
Trey. Being the third of his line. All right. You're outside with the elders. When your mother-in-law, Ariadne, or your future mother-in-law, Lylani, starts running up going, they broke in, they took Tad. They were going house to house. They took something. I was upstairs. I heard screaming.
What the hell?
Whoa. Who took Tad?
And it must have been the beast folk.
The beast folk. Why would the beast folk take Tad? This is crazy.
Know. That's what Sandalf said. He went running off into the night. The front door was broken in.
Okay.
Oh, so specifically they took Tad. Was anybody else missing?
People are screaming in town about where people are. Elder Magnus gets a look on his face like the prisoner.
Oh yeah, let's go check on him.
So what's everybody doing?
Did we get close enough to see who was getting kicked on the ground?
You did not. You did not. That was off a distance from the inn.
I wonder if that's not the prisoner. I don't know.
Maybe we should check. Yeah, we should check.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
So you're heading off towards Elder Magnus and Elder Timothea start to stumble towards their home.
Is she likely to recover from her wounds, or does she need to immediate sort of help?
He's not, you can make a wisdom check.
In theory.
In theory.
Somebody does have a healing potion. Just
I rolled an 8 under a 9, so I can make a wisdom check.
What's your wisdom?
My wisdom is a 9.
Awesome.
Nice.
You think she's going to be okay? though she is pretty beat up.
Okay. I feel a certain obligation to make sure that these two are safe.
Are you going to go after them?
I'm going to follow after them and make sure that they're safe.
Is anybody else not going off to check on what's going on in the hillside below the woods?
No, I want to see what they're kicking.
Where Sandolph and company are kicking somebody on the ground? Somebody or something?
Yeah, if they ran that way, and we know that's like, I assume they're running that way they ran that way for a reason. So yeah, I'm gonna go see what they're kicking and also like what they're running after. If not,
Who
this
is
guy.
not going that way? I should ask. Other than Darrian, who's following the two elders.
So we suspect that Timothea is going to be okay.
Yeah, that's what Darrian thought.
Okay. Well, I might go with. I think Afra's going to go with Darrian just in case, because she does have the healing potions. So if something goes wrong, she can help out.
They are definitely like 51, 52. So they are not going as fast as Lylani probably thinks they should have gone. Even though Lylani's not there.
It's a miracle they're still mobile, really.
You can sort of hear Lylani in your mind. But they do eventually get to their house where the front door has been pulled off its hinges. The rest of you run up the hillside to where Sandolph and his companions are starting to calm down. And what you see there is what looks like the largely naked body of a humanoid creature with the head of a dog.
Whoa.
Fur covered, pointy ears, just sort of lying motionless on the ground. Got kind of a loincloth tied around its waist. But other than that, it's just sort of lying on the ground. It's looking pretty broken. It's pretty fucked up. It's not moving. Doesn't seem to be breathing, and they're starting to calm down. Though they're starting to backing off, like with like rocks and sticks raised to throw again if they're expecting it to move.
All right.
Have we seen one of these things, one of these guys, sort of like up close and personal like this?
Heard about things with canine-like heads lurking in the woods, but never attacking. Morrain was part of a group that drove back a group of them that sort of kind of came in about 6 months ago.
Okay, right.
But ever since then, you've just heard about some of them lurking in the woods, but there's never been a sign of one of them attacking. And Sandolph just starts screaming, "That's one of them! That's one of them that took Tad!"
Where'd the rest go? Which way? He obviously didn't take Tad by himself, or Tad would be here.
I don't know. They just ran off towards the tree line. Some ran towards the road. There were a bunch.
Some towards the road and some towards the tree line. That was clever of them.
If I were dragging somebody who was struggling, I would go probably on the road. Would be easier.
It would be easier. Yeah.
Yeah, but the trees provide cover.
That's
Also true.
And it is night, I will remind you.
Um,
Sandolph and his companions have a few torches, but that doesn't go very far. Back at the Timothy and Magnus's cottage. The door has been busted off its hinges.
Yeah, so I'll catch up to them and tell them, wait, don't go in there just yet. Was this prisoner kept in the basement of their cottage?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And I'll ask them, was he still there when you? I assume he was still there when you went to the inn.
Yeah, we'd just given him dinner.
Please let me go in first. So I'll go in and just look around real quickly to try to. My suspicion is that there's nobody here because he broke out and broke down their door. But I just want to go in first and make sure that it's safe for the two of them before they enter the house.
It is intensely dark in their house.
Of course,
whatever lanterns or candles they may have left lit have been overturned and snuffed.
Okay. Do I have a way to make a light?
What do you have equipment-wise?
That's what I'm looking for. I do not have a way to make a light.
You can see. Make a wisdom check.
Quite literally my worst check. That's fine.
What'd you get?
I got an 18, and my wisdom is a 9. So I double.
Great. Yeah, it is insanely dark in that house. You start to look in, and that's when a cloud passes over the moon and sort of refracts.
Even darker than it was.
Oh boy.
I will race back to the inn and retrieve something that is on fire and bring it back with me, just so I have enough light that I can at least make sure that there's nobody lurking in there ready to bash my brains in.
What are you doing, Afra?
I think while Darrian was inside, I was standing outside with the elders. And when he dashed off, I stayed with them to make sure they were safe.
Cool. Okay. Anything you're doing while you stand there with them?
I think maybe checking Timothea to make sure that she's still doing okay.
She turns to you looking pretty dazed, and she's injured, she's burned, her clothes are burned. And as she turns, she sees something behind you and makes a face like she's about to scream, but just has decided not to. Over in the woods, Sandulf is backed off, and this thing is not showing any signs of moving. Or over at the tree line, on the hillside. What are the three of you up there doing?
I think Lylani is just going to grab a torch out of one of these dudes' hands and be like, just in this strangely calm voice, say they've got Tad, and then head for the tree line.
Make a wisdom check.
Oh.
At disadvantage, or just make it twice and take the worst. In this case, the highest.
Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay. Well, I already failed. Got a 17 on my first roll, so.
Whatever went into the tree line this way must have been insanely stealthy, because you were not hearing or seeing anything back there except for the sounds you would expect in the woods.
I am undeterred.
You don't see any, you don't see any footprints. I mean, it's pretty grassy and rocky, so you might not see footprints.
Damn it.
So you don't see footprints.
No footprints, no broken twigs or anything like that. Okay.
You would need a lot more light to really get a sense of broken twigs and things like that.
We're gonna wait till daylight, maybe.
What about the road? Is there any?
You can head back towards the road if you like.
They're
Okay,
all
I'll do that.
gonna end up at the same place anyway, right? Probably. Yeah, let's
Oh, sure. They're probably just
go to the road and hope we can see where they left the road. That's probably the hard part.
I'd like to take my spear and kind of, prod the body, make sure that it's dead.
It is not moving when you prod it.
All right. How did they dispatch this thing? Did they knock it over the head, or did they?
It sure looks like they have hit it really hard.
That works. Yeah.
You saw somebody fall over something, and then you saw them just throw rocks and whatever they could get at it. And it certainly looks like they have thrown rocks and whatever you could get at it.
All right.
It's not bloody, but it looks badly mangled.
Okay. Does it have any kind of satchels on it, or
No, nothing besides a loincloth tied around its waist?
maybe a fanny pack? No, nothing. Shoot. Okay.
Not even one of those little sacks sort of done up like a backpack where you just take the drawstrings and kind of sling them over your shoulders?
Nice.
Not even that.
Nothing. Okay.
Not even that.
Man.
Like I said, it's a little bloodless, but other than that, it looks badly caved in. You got nothing but obscured moonlight to go on.
Right.
Back at the elder's house, Afra, you saw Timothea make a face.
I will spin around to see what she saw.
There's nothing there.
So I will turn back and ask Timothea, what did you see?
It was a black tunic and a black hood. It's there. It's standing right there. It's just looking at me.
So I'm going to attempt to use my second sight cantrip.
Nice.
Is that wisdom? Is that the ability score?
Unfortunately, it's intelligence. So...
All right, roll intelligence then. Just make an intelligence check.
And I failed.
Would you like to use a fortune point?
Yes. Why not? Do one. Okay, that succeeded.
Yes.
Nice. All right. You use second sight and you see exactly what she sees. It is an ethereal form that's just haunting her right where, just a few feet behind you.
So
it's not making any aggressive moves.
Okay. I'll still stay between her and this thing. Does it try to get around me at all?
No, it just stands there.
Okay.
You can't see its face. You can't see its hands, as if whatever it's wearing is just too big, too billowy.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stay between Timothea and this thing. I think in my mind, I'll be readying Mystical Shield if I need it. And I'll tell Timothea and Magnus to stay behind me.
Magnus has no idea what you're talking about. No idea what
Okay.
either of you is talking about.
Well, stay behind me anyway.
Through that, you see Darrian come back running, like right through the center of this thing, holding a torch. Headed back towards the road. Morrain, you hear, like, they've taken the widow. They've got the widow. And they start naming off names of other people in town who are missing.
Oh, man.
There's a lot of people. It should be
Maybe
too hard to find.
Maybe.
What time of night is it? How much time before the sun comes up?
It's pretty early. I mean, you guys sat down at a respectable.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Not sneaking out of house time of night when you get at the end. So it is not even the midnight bell yet.
It's not even curfew. God.
It's not even curfew, and the town's in terrible shape.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run to the road and look, see if there's any blood or any obvious signs. Are there other people like going toward the road too, or is it just us?
There's people running around, sort of in confusion and yelling. Where's so and so? Where's so and so? Occasionally, you'll get back like, "I'm here, I'm right here," but usually it's just a bunch of "Where's so and so? Where's so and so?"
Yeah, nobody seems to like have a direction in mind then.
You can pretty easily have grabbed a torch since you were with a bunch of people, Morrain, who had torches.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not seeing a lot on the road, just at a cursory glance. I mean, it's packed earth, stone, so it's not going to show a lot. Why don't you take a look, though, with the torch?
Absolutely. And that is wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
My worst score.
And this is big open. That there's a little bit of refracted moonlight from behind the clouds, so it's not as tough as like looking into the woods where there's nothing. It's just it's already just kind of a wall of dark.
Okay, so not disadvantage.
Yeah, you're not at disadvantage.
Okay, cool. 8. I actually passed that.
Yeah, nice.
So, Morrain, you don't see anything on the road. Except you see, what is the name of like the excessively precocious child who, when no one's coming, loves to like build stuff out of the roadstones?
Seamus.
Nice.
Seamus had built up a little, what he said was a model of your village. It was not a very effective model of your village. Out of a bunch of roadstones, and then people came and yelled at him, and he stopped, but he didn't put them back. His little model is still on the road, just sort of like off to the side. I mean, you guys don't get a lot of road traffic during the average day when it's not a market. And you're not in harvest season where people are just hauling stuff into the silos day by day. And it's not a market day, so you didn't have any reason for like large vehicles or something to be on the road. But it's not a super wide road, and whatever Seamus was making is still sort of there. You can see in the lantern light. So it doesn't look like either they used the road very carefully or they didn't use the road at all.
Okay.
And this is not like the trail going through the paths of the village. This is the main road in and out of town.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, I don't think they came this way. What about the river?
On the map, how does the road run?
Let's put it on there. One sec. It sort of goes, it follows the edge of hills into the village and kind of around the old manor, just because the old manor is up on a hill. And then it kind of comes down from Tar Kiln on the far side of the river. It kind of winds around both to get to a bunch of other smaller, little villages and out, farms. And because that's just the easiest point to put the road.
Okay.
And then it kind of veers back towards the south, kind of outside your town to kind of go around the edge of the mountain.
Hmm.
And then again, there's long-term pragmatism has given way usually in road building to short-term pragmatism, meaning that, long-term pragmatism is how do we get from this place to the other place. Short-term pragmatism is how do we do the least amount of work. So there's a lot of just going around hills instead of trying to go over them type stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So probably not the road. There's the inn, there's the road. How else would a bunch of people take a bunch of people out of town? You think the river, maybe?
Possibly the river, possibly the forest. Again, dark, dark, dark.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to the river and at least listen for anything if I can't see anything.
From behind you, who's with Morrain?
I think I'm going to follow because, don't have any other viable leads, right?
Right. Constant, what are you doing? Are you with Morrain?
Yes. I think it makes most sense.
Lylani, this is most familiar to you off in the distance. You can't make out what he's talking about, but Sandulf is giving a speech of some type. Hollering and yelling. And a few of the people seem to be sort of gathering around him while he makes a speech of some type. Darrian, you come up, and everybody's looking at you. Like right where you came up. Back on the way from the inn. You've got a burning brand in your hand. Everyone is looking straight at you.
Okay. Nope. Oh, it's Reggie. They're a couple minutes late this evening. I will look at them and I will say, someone has ransacked the Elder Timothea's house. And it could
No, sorry. Sorry. Like you come back from the inn.
Right.
Towards Afra and Timothea and Magnus, and they're all three looking straight at you.
Okay, they're all three looking straight at me.
Yeah, they're all three looking at the point on the little pathway leading up to their house.
Hi, guys.
Back running with the brand. And they're looking directly at you.
I'm going to go in and I'll look around. I'm going to go make sure your house is safe. What are you looking at?
And Darrian just ran right through that thing, right?
Yeah.
You don't see... No, of course you don't. Well, just go check the house.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. So I'll go check the house.
It's not as solid as it was a few seconds ago, Afra, but you see the thing pull out a serrated scythe and just sort of lean on it.
Whoa.
A
So-
vicious, ugly, mean-looking serrated scythe.
Do I recognize this thing at all?
I
Do I know what it is?
I've
Or
heard Lylani talk about a serrated scythe. And you know a scythe. You're a good country kid.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm going to assume that since Darrian ran through it, well, maybe not. I guess I'll still keep the mystical shield in the back of my mind in case this thing decides to move. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and use one of those healing salves on Timothea.
All right.
Just to get her back up to health if I can.
She sort of like looks surprised at you as Darrian goes into the house and you reach in and pull out a salve, and as you turn to do that and then look back over your shoulder, the thing seems to be gone. Scythe and all. Darrian, you're going into the house, correct? Or did I misunderstand that?
No, that's right.
All right.
Like, I expect to find it empty, but I just want to make sure that the elders are safe before they go back in there.
You find it a little bit disrupted, but more like somebody was trying to make their way through a dark house.
Right.
And just tipped a few things over. And then the basement door is open.
Yeah, so I'll go check out the basement as well.
Basement is like you would expect the basement to be when nobody was in it. The ropes that seem to be tying that guy up are severed and lying on the floor, but no one seems to have done anything else.
Okay, I'll pick the ropes up, and I'll go back up outside, and I'll go to the elders and say, I think it's safe, I think it's empty, and I'll show them the ropes, but somebody released your prisoner.
They are shocked, amazed. Appalled even. Morrain and company, you wanted to go down to the river, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
You would need to do a pretty full sweep of the bank of the river. Again, really dark, but you're not seeing any especially prominent footprints along the river.
All right.
Can I hear anything splashing?
No. I mean, other than just like, frogs and things that come out at night. All three of you make wisdom checks.
Next time I'm making a cleric. All right.
If you have awareness, or if you have something that would suggest you're good at noticing things, you can add 2 to your wisdom score or subtract two from your roll, whichever makes the most sense to you.
I actually
That
got a
wouldn't
3.
help anyway. Whoa.
So,
Oof.
Morrain, you
feeling-
can. Morrain, you're going to roll with. You're going to treat your wisdom as if for this roll like it's 11. And what did you get?
15.
15.
Yeah.
And Constant.
I got an 18, so I loudly proclaimed it. There's nothing to see here. We're wasting our time.
Lylani, as Constant saying that, You hear a splash, and then splashy footsteps, and then a bigger splash, like somebody like ran along the water and then jumped into it. Now this is subtle. It's not very loud. It's like they know exactly how to run in water to avoid making a lot of noise. And then all three of you hear the big splash as somebody goes in to the water. Something big size, human sized. Possibly even like 50-year-old sized.
You guys have really sharp hearing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess everyone heard that last splash.
I'm already running toward it.
Taking off towards it.
Like, where are you guys going?
Sort of, Morrain, I want you to roll your wisdom again. Treat it again like it's 11 instead of 9.
Okay. Slightly better. 7.
Ooh, nice.
Hey.
I think you know at this point, Morrain, to kind of crouch down, that the lower you are, the more whatever you're looking up at has to push itself against the sky, even if it's fairly low. So you have the sky. The more space you can give the sky as the backdrop, which is hard when you live in a place surrounded by mountains. But the more space you can use the sky as a backdrop, the more you're able to make out.
Yeah. Okay.
And there is something that's swimming in the river, but just one thing. And you'd swear it has kind of a canine-ish sort of head. But it's swimming like a person. And then it goes under the water.
Like something pulled it, or like it dove?
Like it ducked.
Okay. Was it swimming like across the river, or
a little bit across and a little bit upstream?
Okay. I'm gonna point it out and like start running toward where it was aiming for.
Yeah. That is. Are you getting into the water, or are you staying on the bank?
I'll just go into the water. Why not?
All right. You will have to take armor off.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes.
So that's going to go pretty slow.
Okay.
Lylani and Constant, what are you doing? As she starts pulling armor off as if she's going to dive in.
Well, we saw the direction that she was running towards, right? And did Lylani actually see?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Did Lylani actually see the same thing?
No, Lylani is the one who heard the thing running along the riverbank, and then you all heard the splash.
Okay.
Do I think I can swim in because I guess I have like leather armor basically?
You would want to take it off.
Same thing.
I want to take it off. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm stripping.
Do any of us not have armor?
Let's see here.
It looks like all of you have leatherish armor.
Oh yeah. And I'm just like, now is not the time for that, guys. And I will run along the side, keeping my armor on.
Okay, yeah.
In their general, in that general direction, because I did not actually see or hear.
Yeah, I'm just like pointing. It went that way.
All right.
Constant. Roll with your wisdom.
Ah. Doesn't this feel like more of an intelligence kind of thing?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. All right. Come on. Wisdom of the ages, be with me. Oh, I just missed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you do have fortune points you can spend. Not as many as Lylani and
That's true though. Yeah, as I stare off into the darkness, I will use a fortune point. Something about this makes me feel like I just might roll like I'm thinking like a 5. I thought 5 would be good. Or a 15. No luck.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're not seeing anything in that water. That water has gone back to like sloshing, stilly. You think you see something for a second, and then it's like a frog jumps right where you were looking. And then other frogs sort of bounce in as well. There may be some frog mating going on. Really?
Well, that's actually the sign of a very healthy ecosystem, so I'm pleased to see that, but we have bigger fish to fry at this point. What would be a good
again, dark,
but we think something is in the water. If it was out of the water, I would probably see it at this point.
Right.
So that being the case, I would like to use a spell.
What spell would you like to use?
I would like to use my Greater Illusion and create the illusion of a like a school of sea lampreys or piranhas, like ahead. Like I kind of guess. I'm guessing as to where.
I will tell you, when you can't see a visual illusion, you're guessing they may not be able to see a visual illusion either.
Oh man! All right, then how about
That's a freebie intelligence roll for you.
Okay. What about the illusion of a dam directly right there?
Oh, yeah, that make a so you've got the dam
firmly fixed in my mind. Yes.
Firmly fixed in your mind. That just works. You see it sort of spring up, blocking sort of against the sky. And you hear a slight splashing amid the frogs croaking. I'd like you to make an intelligence check.
Yes. All right. Seven made it.
Awesome. Yeah, something surfaces and it's got the head of a dog. And it's got like a reed or a stick in its mouth.
I knew it. The old Green Beret trick.
Yeah.
So I'll just say there it is and point with my spear so that my compatriots can see where I'm pointing.
I'm diving in as soon as I can.
Okay, yeah, I think at this point you guys can dive in.
Same.
I think I have one of my daggers in my teeth.
Nice.
Awesome, Lylani. Why don't we just roll for initiative?
Cool.
Yeah.
Roll for initiative.
For the three of you, Darrian and Afra, What are you doing while they roll for initiative? You hear Sandal yelling on one side of town. He's sort of like, kind of like ranting. And then you hear constant cry out and excitement from another side of town. What are you doing? Towards the river.
Do I hear what Constant Sorrow says?
No, you don't hear what he says, but you...
Does he sound like he's
in
fear or in danger?
He sounds excited about something.
Oh, and Afra is with me? Yes?
Afra?
Yes.
All right. Are you guys running that way?
So,
do we need to calm the miller down, or do we need to go help our friends? I think we need to go help our friends.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Before we take off, I just want to kind of clarify something. So, did the death spirit thing take off when they saw the healing salve, or after I applied it, or?
I think you noticed that as you applied it, that just sort of disappeared.
Okay. So yeah, let's head towards our friends.
So you guys are going to run your first round, but go ahead and roll initiative.
And that's on a D20, right?
Yeah, just add your dexterity.
You should have an initiative on the character keeper.
Yeah.
Some character classes get additional bonuses to it.
That's true. I'd forgotten about that. Thank you.
16 for me.
10.
I got 25.
Goodness.
Whoa.
Lylani. Did anybody get above? Did everybody get above a 5?
Oh yeah.
I got it. I got a 5 on the nose.
So Afra, you and the creature will go simultaneously. Lylani, you're diving in after it, correct?
Yep.
You can get to it as it sort of surfaces, confused by this sudden wall that's appeared in the middle of the river. And it's standing. It's a little bit taller than you, maybe half a foot, maybe a little bit more. And it's all of a sudden it just stands up. What are you gonna do?
So that means I can also basically I can stand at this point too, or
You can probably stand there too.
okay. So I'm going to do that. I take the dagger out of my teeth, hold it up menacingly at the creature, and then demand, where did you take Tad? And see what he does.
Why don't you make a charisma check?
Nice.
Okay. Oh, actually, not so nice, probably. Let me see here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a tough roll.
Haha! I got a 7.
Congratulations. It sort of backs down. It doesn't see you coming, and all of a sudden you're there with a knife under its chin. It sort of yelps.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
And sort of pulls its neck back and up.
Backing up. Does that seem like it's scared of me? That sort of reaction, or shit.
The slight warm sensation in the water near you seems like it might suggest that it's scared of you. Who got under a 20 but above a 15?
I did.
All right, Constant, you're right. You're at the shore, I believe.
Yes.
It looks like it's like Lylani has pulled a knife on it, and it's not making any aggressive actions, but it looks like it's its eyes are darting around.
All right. I'll move to box it in, from the side or back with my spear.
Like, so you've got it kind of covered with your spear. Like you'll throw the spear if it moves.
Yeah.
Make a. Okay. I don't think you need to make a check for that, since Lylani already has it pretty scared. Darrian and Afra, Darrian, what did you get?
So we're racing down there, right?
Yeah. What was your initiative?
Mine is a 10.
10. Okay, so I think that was also Morrain's, right?
Yeah, -10.
Darrian, you sort of clear towards the river, and you see people in the river on the moonlight as sort of the moon comes back out from behind a cloud. And there's a bunch of people in the river, and that's you hear Lylani's voice. Morrain, what do you do? You're in the water too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take sort of the same approach, and that it's it needs to be surrounded, I think, and just like demand, where are the others? Where'd they go?
Afra, you're coming back up around too, and you hear your friends' voices down by the river, sort of away from all the noise of the town.
So I'm still booking it down towards the river then.
Morrain and Lylani, you hear a very low, sort of growly voice. That just sort of whispers, what others?
The rest of you that you were with, you obviously didn't kidnap a bunch of people by yourself.
Why would I kidnap?
Wait.
Somebody said, wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just is it clear that the voice is coming from the creature? Oh, it is. Okay, sorry. And what was the last response that the creature made?
What others? And then it said, the second question that Morrain said, it was, why would I kidnap your people? You are trying to kidnap mine, or your witches.
What the hell? Wow, I wish I had one more illusion left in me, but I don't.
Okay, well, if it's not you, then who the hell just made off with my fiance?
Who I love as a friend in my own way. Oh, man.
Why don't you ask the kidnapper? I came here to scout her out and saw fires and saw your village in chaos. And then my sister got taken.
Okay. So who is this witch that you're talking about?
I don't know her name. She reopened the temple. Everything was peaceful until she reopened the temple.
Maybe he's talking about the widow.
Maybe.
Or maybe he's talking about Afra.
That's, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is about the time you...
What temple are we talking about exactly?
What?
Well, I'm not in the middle of the river, but if I can hear this.
Yeah, you're all in hearing distance now.
What temple. Ask him what temple.
What temple are you talking about?
The Temple of Thanatos.
There's no Temple of Thanatos here. Why would nobody'd have it?
And then he looks up to the mountain. And I think let's take a 5-minute break. And come back after the hour.
Nice. All right.
Any questions before we go?
No, this is good.
All right. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Hmm.
Give Larry just a second to come back. And just so everyone's on the page, I'm planning to wrap up just shortly before 10
Okay.
and do a quick round of things people liked, and then we'll wrap up for next week. I'm so glad everybody got to come back this week, which is a Gauntlet rarity sometimes, to have a group of 5 people whose lives do not get intercepted by adulthood.
It's true.
It was a close thing today. I was at the mercy of Amtrak, but
Oh, no.
Yeah, it could have
That
been
is
pretty
close.
random. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you on the Pennsylvanian?
I was on the Keystone.
Okay.
I met my partner in Paoli and gave her the car and hopped on the train to come the rest of the way home. So.
Sorry, 1 second.
Whoa. Oh, that was a car. I thought it was like a kind of animal for a second there.
No. That was a siren. Yeah, I was worried about the Pennsylvania because I know that goes only once per day.
God, don't know. There's a Keystone like every 50 minutes or something.
Yeah. The Keystone is also a really nice train.
Yeah, super reliable. But still, it's still Amtrak.
You guys are so lucky with all your train options.
I know. Of course, all overnight trains come and go through Chicago.
Oh, yeah, quite a few of them do. That's true.
If I want to take an overnight train, I love overnight trains, kind of a hobby. And if I want to take an overnight train anywhere in the country that's not Miami or Atlanta, I have to go through Chicago.
Huh.
Get to go through Chicago.
Absolutely.
I think it's what you meant to say.
You say get to go to Chicago until you go. For some reason, your trip to Texas involves going through Chicago from New York.
Yeah.
All roads.
You're not starting from like Wisconsin, where that would make sense.
Yeah. Miami, you come through here.
Right.
It'd make more sense, actually. Yeah.
I like that train, actually. I can get on at 9 p.m. and my family lives in Florida, so I can get off the train there at 8 a.m. So, like, I don't even have to take it off work. I just, go to work, come home, get on the train, and I'm there in the morning. I just sleep on the train.
Was that one of the lines that they were threatening to cancel for a while?
Oh, probably.
Okay. They were threatening to cancel the Texas Eagle, which is like, I have no idea why. That is the only line that serves like a significant chunk of the Midwest, Arkansas, and Texas.
Yeah.
And it's always late, just because Amtrak doesn't own the rails down there.
Yeah.
So, anyway, back to Wolf Summit. So he's accusing the witch of and he's not told you who the witch is.
Maybe he could describe this witch.
Afra, you also recognize the name Thanatos. Death is not the opposite of healing, but Thanatos is definitely the opposite of Aurora.
I feel like maybe didn't Morrain hear something about Thanatos? Or tell us about Thanatos last time? Something about being Thanatos but never serving Thanatos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know to avoid Thanatos.
Wait, isn't your would-be girlfriend also like an aspiring witch?
Yeah, but she's the one who told me to avoid Thanatos because he's evil, so I'm...
I mean, he seems to be using
Maybe they got
some sort of pejorative sense.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Not in the descriptive of an occupation.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Have you seen this witch?
What are two distinguishing characteristics of the widow Elda?
Let's see, the widow Elda.
She has what is the condition where you have patches of skin without any pigment?
Oh, I know what
yeah.
you mean. I don't remember the name of that condition.
Yeah. Pigmentosis, we'll call it.
She has it in a very striking way too, where it sort of like comes in a very distinguished sort of line around the edge of her face towards her chin. So much so that people have found it sort of like intriguing. What else about her would be an identifying quality or something that would make you suspect they were talking about her?
She's lame. She has a twisted. She was born with a clubfoot.
Oh.
She has a twisted. She has a twisted walk.
All right.
Okay.
It's not bad taste in music. She's yeah. Oh my God, that seems kind of judgmental, but yeah.
I'm 15.
And Elda is like 31.
That's right.
He probably is moderately lame. I'm going to add a map. Just a second to you guys, character keeper, but so if I seem distracted, I'm looking for that. But yeah, he describes both those things to you.
Boom. It's her.
We've not seen her in your village or in any of the neighboring villages.
She was here just yesterday. In fact, I saw her
Morrain,
being followed. Yeah.
What was the odd behavior she was engaging in the last time you went to do some gardening for her? Just yesterday.
She was talking with someone that I never saw.
And she also didn't come outside or wouldn't come outside.
No, yeah, she wouldn't even come downstairs.
Right.
She was upstairs the whole time. And normally, like, you know, you go to her house, she even if she knows you're coming and you're just like weeding her garden, she'll like meet you at the door, right? But yeah, I heard her talking, but I never saw her.
What do you guys do? This tall dog-headed creature is definitely kind of shaking now.
I mean,
I think we have to go to the we have to go up to the temple and see if our people are there, right?
Right?
yeah.
Can you take us there? Can you take us to the temple?
I can take you. Certainly, but how does she go? You need to tell us.
How does she go?
She never comes overland.
We don't know.
To the
We've never.
temple? I mean, you can't get there by water. I don't think, can you? Wait,
No,
I don't know where this temple is, do I? That's the other temple.
gesture towards Mount Lycaon.
Mm. But if the widow is moving around surreptitiously, we don't know how she's doing it. I mean, we've seen her walking around town, right? We've heard her acting weird in her own house, but we haven't seen her like gliding around or on a broom or teleporting or collecting penises in a basket or any of that usual witch activity. Like, so if we don't know, I mean,
Afra, is that what you do?
that's traditional witch behavior.
I'm thinking about the strange behavior that I got from the elders and from Afra a little bit ago when they were all staring at me so intently, and I turned to Afra and say, "What did you think that you saw earlier?"
Both I and the elder Timothea saw some sort of dark spirit. It disappeared as soon as I used my healing salve on the elder, though. I suspect it was coming to claim her.
Does that sound like a manifestation of Thanatos to you?
It does to me.
You saw one other thing in that creature's hand, Afra.
Yes, the spirit was carrying a very large, menacing scythe.
Was it serrated?
Yes.
Hmm.
So there's a spirit that's been killing animals and just showing up and lurking behind old people. I mean, that sounds like Thanatos to me. I mean, I don't know who the hell else it would be. That's.
I'm wondering if the widow. All right, so if we trust this dog man, which I'm not certain that we should, but if we trust this dog man, if the widow is worshiping Thanatos, maybe he gave her some kind of boon, and maybe it's her. Maybe that's how she moves around unseen.
Maybe.
But I'm speculating.
In the distance, you can hear Sandolph, who's still ranting.
Ugh.
He's preaching something.
That guy just likes the sound of his own voice.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Does indeed like the sound of his own voice. It's not just a father-in-law thing.
Right.
Do we know what he's ranting about?
You've not gone over to listen.
And which direction do we hear him ranting from?
Towards kind of where he tripped over the body of, or the other, where they killed the other one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we definitely need to keep like this guy away from Sandolph because he's liable to just like beat him to death.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they picked a bad night
If they see him, he's not going to live long enough to take us anywhere.
True.
Look, we need to just like go to this temple. Like, who knows how the widow is, getting around these days.
I agree.
We'll just figure it out.
Yeah, and if we wait around too long, the adults are going to start giving us orders, which probably will involve sitting around. So I think we should take action.
Yeah. Let's see if we can grab some torches, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a while before daylight.
Oh. I guess I left my torch on the bank.
We need torches, cheese, and wine. I mean, we're bound to get hungry at some point. It's,
Do you mean for a dinner on the river?
No, not for now. Like, I mean, for like a nice breakfast when we're on the mountain. Like, it's gonna be chilly, and after a long walk, we're gonna be hungry. And I'm just thinking ahead.
I mean, food's a good idea. Yeah. But we can't take too much time collecting stuff.
No, I think we should go immediately.
Oof. Yes.
Go
Yeah, you're probably right.
there.
Towards Mount Lycaon. We have two choices. We don't want to take the road, right? Because that'll take us right through town.
Also, the road does not go to the mountain.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
around
right.
it.
Yeah, but we can either go around to the north of the village or around. Well, yeah, or around to the south through the south, right? What makes the most sense?
Well, you're not really sure where you're going.
Just in the general direction of the mountain, probably. Doesn't narrow it down much. Yeah, so I mean, I think we pretty much just have to follow this guy's directions.
All right.
Do you know that the widow and several people seem to vanish from the village this very evening?
Yeah, I mean, we have every reason to think that the widow has taken them.
By herself?
What if they went willingly?
Oh, that's possible.
I guess I could, yeah.
Culty
I mean, if
behavior.
she's really a witch, she could
Yeah.
Tad
charm them into following her. That makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
Tad would not
Yeah.
just go off with the widow. This either he was taken by force or some kind of sorcery. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't really see Tad.
Sorcery seems like a possibility right now. Yeah, you know, why don't we like grab our armor and just follow this guy? Worst that can happen is he can lead us into a trap and we're ambushed by a bunch of his people. You know,
A bunch of beastmen. Before we even had breakfast, is that what you're saying? Oh my God. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah.
Although gathering some supplies might be a good idea.
Who would be friendly to us? The Weaver's Cottage. Who does that belong to again?
That's my cottage.
Yeah. Is there might that be a good place to maybe swing by on our way towards the mountain?
You're really not willing to climb that mountain without at least a biscuit.
I'm just saying.
You see what
No,
your priorities are.
Fine.
well, we definitely need some sort of light too. So,
Fair enough.
and I don't know, do all of us have weapons? Because that might be good. If not,
Yeah, I've been proceeding under the assumption that we're behaving like typical fantasy game world inhabitants.
right? Yeah, never go anywhere
With
without.
us everywhere we go.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
You're good-looking young people, so it was perfectly understandable that you would wear your leathers everywhere.
True. Yeah, exactly.
Right. I mean, we want to be, we want to look tough, right? So,
5 good-looking young friends from all walks of life.
Yeah. Part of my look is a 50 feet of rope that I have always around my neck. It's,
how about the 10-foot pole?
It's a thing.
You could totally swing by my house and grab a lantern or two, some biscuits.
That would be great. Yes.
Yeah.
Where's your
We don't have a lot.
dog-headed friend
but-
going to go while you go to your house?
Oh, Dog Breath is coming with us.
Okay.
I'm not letting him out of my sight.
Yeah. What do your
That's what I
people
call him.
call you? What? Does he have a name? Does he call himself something?
I didn't realize you were. His name is Almas.
Oh, that's unexpected. I was thinking like King or Zeus. All right. Well, I don't know. I think I might just go with Lylani's name for the moment.
Well, can we sneak him around to that cottage? Or
Yeah, it looks like from the map that if we go towards the Weaver's cottage, we're going towards where everybody is.
yeah,
Is that true?
if they're near the woods and the abandoned sanctuary, then yeah.
Oh. Well, that's not good then.
Lylani, you're a thief. We can just like go by some place where there aren't any people because they're all over here throwing rocks at a dead dog person and
Terrible.
break into their houses.
I feel sorry for Dog Breath's sister, man.
Yeah.
I had a connection problem. I kind of missed a little bit of what just went down.
Oh.
They were just bringing up that you were a thief and could try to sneak equipment out of somewhere that's not the Weaver's cottage.
Oh.
You'd be going in that direction.
Yeah, I could totally try to do that. Although I kind of bristle at the term thief. I don't think that's my preferred.
Wealth redistribution expert? What do you want us to call you?
Actually, I don't know what my preferred term is yet. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Something more like,
brigand or
explore home or something. What are we looking for that I can help procure?
I guess just some light sources, right? Is there a primary concern? Maybe from
light sources
from the Smithy's place, maybe, or
okay.
Smithy seems promising.
Cool. I can do that. I can try to sort of sneak unnoticed and start,
You're heading that way. Is anybody going with you?
Do I have to roll for? I think this is like a solo.
I mean, I can
solo mission. I don't know.
Stand watch outside and warn her if anybody's coming.
Yeah, I mean, should we have a rendezvous point where we're going to meet you, like maybe just north of the chessboard lawn? What do you guys think?
That sounds as good as anything. Yeah.
The inn is a bonfire right now, so if we go through town, we're going to be lit up like Christmas trees.
Yeah, let's not spend all night planning it out though. Let's just come up with something and execute.
All right.
Yeah.
Go.
You guys are headed towards the little park. It's on the far side of the inn. Who's going to the smithy?
Well, I will.
I am.
I'll go with you. I mean, it's my father's smithy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good point. Yeah. You have a right to be there.
Absolutely.
Does anybody know any way we can get inside this place?
We'll grab some. Yes, I have right here. I can get excited with that. We'll grab some appropriate gear, but remember, he's not a weaponsmith, so
that's right.
We'll anything that we think might be useful, we'll grab it up really quick, and we'll meet you at the chessboard lawn, and then we'll go from there towards the temple. Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right,
let's do it.
Darrian, who's your favorite member of the extended family who stays with you and assists your father?
I have a cousin who I used to make fun of when she first came to stay with us because I told her that she was just a girl and there's no way she could ever be a smith and because she couldn't work the bellows and swing a hammer. And then she beat me up every time I said that until I finally sort of saw the light. And ever since then, we've got along great.
Nice.
And her name, before you ask, is Xenia, Xenia. And she's stout too, because I'm not a slouch in the. I was the toughest kid around, so I'm not a slouch in the you know, taking and giving of blows to the chin category.
Yeah, that's true.
So she's tough.
And who's going with? It was Lylani, Darrian, and whom?
I think it was just Lylani and Darrian going to the smithy, but I don't want to speak on behalf of everybody else.
I was going to, but it makes more sense since Darrian actually has a reason, like a right to be there. It would make more sense.
Yeah.
I would say that everyone has a right to be everywhere, but that's fine.
Well, like it's a legitimate reason if someone asks what. Yeah, he's obviously not stealing. Right.
Yeah, and I'm oftentimes seen around the chessboard park, and in fact, I even keep snacks hidden under some of the like benches and stuff. So I'll gather those up while I'm over there.
Of course you do. Are all of the Fae folk so obsessed with food? Or
one never knows where their meal is going to come from. So
that's when you grow up in the woods. That's kind of true.
Yeah.
Morrain, Afra, and Sorrow, you head over to the park, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And from the park, you can still see where the inn is burning, and people are starting to like put it out and pull down the walls to keep it from spreading and all that stuff. And you guys can hear, you know, every third or fourth word. That Sandulf is speaking, and he's been going on a while. And it's a lot about the beast folk of the woods and how long humans have lived here, and how it is time to go to them and hunt them down in their caves and root them out and take back this land for the humans. We've had an empire here since time immemorial.
It's not going to go well.
Killed. No.
Human gods are the ones who dominate here. And then it's fading off and kind of coming back in. And you know, it's sort of getting partially covered. But you don't see a lot of other people other than the ones pulling down the inn to keep it from burning or keep the fire from spreading. It seems like almost everyone is over listening to Sandulf.
That's extra not good.
You do hear a young woman's voice. Let's say Ariane, just off the top of my head. Or, sorry. May. Name is May. Sort of like, Trey, are you there? Trey. She's not coming towards you. You just hear her sort of like creeping around a few houses, calling out for Trey. Oh, don't tell me you were taken too. Don't tell me. Trey. Darrian and Lylani, you show up at the smithy, and coming out of the door of the smithy is Xenia. The smithy seems to be largely abandoned. There's you know, you can tell your parents aren't at home. Darrian, what gives that away for you?
they're not. So I mean, they don't live in the smithy. So
I mean, it's coming out of the door of their hut near this, or their house near the smithy.
I can tell they're not at home.
Yeah, you can tell no one's home. What's the sign somebody is in residence that is not there?
There is always a light.
Okay.
Even at night, because my father, the burly smith, is scared of the dark. So there's always a light in the house, even at night.
So while you guys are still a bit of a distance away, you see the light in the house go out, and then you see a form that looks a lot like Zinnia's form open the door and step outside. And it looks like that form is shouldering a pack and running off into town. Towards sort of the west side of town. Kind of, you guys are headed towards the smithy, and she's sort of ducking towards some shrubs. And it sort of looks like Zinnia, but it looks like somebody else is with her. If you want to know more, I'm going to need a wisdom check.
Okay, I was gonna. Yeah, you will have one. Oh yes, it's a 9. I keep thinking if I look, it will change to less obnoxious value. So nope. So I rolled a 12 over a 9.
How's Lylani? What are you getting on that wisdom check?
If this thing would work, come on. There it did. I got a 2.
Yeah, sure did.
Lylani, do you have any questions about what you're seeing? Because it does not look like somebody is walking along by Zinnia before they sort of duck into the bushes. It looks like somebody is being pulled along by Zinnia.
Oh, wow. I guess, I mean, I just want to know if, like, what other details I can make out about the person or the thing being pulled by Zinnia.
It looks like Zinnia is pulling Hilda along.
What?
Sort of in a stupor sort of way. Not using a lot of force, more just like sort of holding her up and leading her along by the shoulders as she sort of stumbles and moves along.
Like as if
side of the village.
If like Hilda were drunk or something like that, or
as if Hilda were drunk, which she was not earlier tonight.
Right.
As if Hilda were drunk or half asleep or sick.
Okay. Well, that's not good. Damn it. I mean, I want to look for Tad, but this seems like kind of urgent too. I mean, I whisper this to Darrian, and like what is Xenia is like pulling Hilda along. What is your family into?
I don't know, but we need to. I don't think this night is quite confusing enough yet. I think we need 2 more confusing things to happen. Level of confusion. We need to find out though, because Morrain will be very upset if something happens to Hilda.
I know. All right.
And I won't be happy if something happens to Zinnia. She's awesome.
Well, okay. So do we just like follow her? Do we confront her? Like, what do you?
I'll confront her. Let's go. Let's. She's up to something weird's happening. Maybe she knows something.
Okay. Well, I'll be right behind you because Zinnia is like She's pretty sturdy.
You don't have anything to worry about. She likes you. All right, so I'll call her name. You know, I'll
Are you getting up a little closer to her and then calling her name?
Zinnia, hey, what's happening? What are you doing?
You see her sort of stand up by herself from some shrubs she was sort of crouched along and take a step towards you, going like, "Go away, Darrian. Go listen to..."
I'm not interested in what that blowhard has to say. What's happening? What's going on?
Your parents are over there. Go there.
They're... What are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm taking a walk.
What's wrong with Hilda?
What do you mean, what's wrong with Hilda? There's no Hilda here.
Well, who were you with then, just now? I'll walk over towards the bushes she just stood up out of.
Yeah, there's somebody is just sort of crouched in the bushes. Like involuntarily, like they don't know how to stand up. Moving around, but not really able to get their feet under them.
Right. Is it Hilda?
Seems to be
Well,
Hilda.
what's...
I mean, it's hard to say. Faces down to the ground, as if she's sort of never seen
say,
before.
Hilda? Is that you?
What?
Busted.
What's going on? Where am I?
Does it sound like Hilda?
It sounds like Hilda.
I'll look at Zinnia, you know, with the look of confusion on my face and say, what's really going on here? This whole night has been totally crazy. And now you're acting weird.
She reaches to pull something out from her belt.
Uh-oh.
And I think you should roll for a quick initiative.
Okay.
Full combat. But just to see.
Oh man, careful! She's got a coin purse. Bam, 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 bam.
Right. Oh, terrible initiative roll. I got a 6.
A 6? How'd you do, Lylani?
If it's a dex check, I got great. But if it's an initiative roll, it's only a 6.
Sorry.
I got a 7 plus my thing is 6, I believe. Where's my initiative?
I think it's
Your initiative.
I have a +6 initiative with all my whatever. I calculated it out. So 6 plus 7 is 13, right? Yeah, 13.
She has a 19.
Holy
Oh,
cow.
shit.
Yeah. You
I'm
see
pretty
her
surprised because I'm usually the fast one.
Yeah.
Hilda's hand and pull out a knife, and she just jabs a knife at like across the palm of Hilda's hand.
What?
And then she just takes off, running.
The hell?
Yeah, exactly.
Her pack still shouldered, the knife in her hand. Hilda cries out very loudly, "Ow."
Okay, I'll immediately go to try to help Hilda, see what's wrong. You know, like I'll see how badly hurt she is.
It's like somebody just cut across her hand, the palm of her hand.
Right. So she's just bleeding from the palm of her hand.
She is just bleeding from the palm of her hand. Lylani, what are you doing? You actually go first.
Right.
We did one.
I mean, I'm tempted to give chase, but I don't think I'm not going to. Like, we need to like get back to the party and like get the show on the road. My only concern, obviously, is that like, why would you? I feel like this is like a spell component. You know, I think that's like a blood sample.
Spell component.
Yeah. Fuck. All right. Maybe I need to get the spell component. All right. I'm chasing. That's it. Yeah, I'm pursuing Zinnia.
Zinnia takes off, and goes sprinting across town. Well, across a couple of lawns. It's not a huge town.
Okay.
And she ducks into a house that is lit. It is all lit up, but the doors and windows are open.
Oh.
Like,
whose house is it?
It is the widow's house.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I stop.
She is in there.
Crap.
And you see her sort of through the open door go running, bolting straight up the stairs.
I think I'm. Is Darrian like within earshot? Like, I think I'm gonna like yell for him.
Oh yeah, you can call for Darrian.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll come running.
Hilda seems to be okay, other than having a cut on her hand, which she's even messed up by whatever means. She is able to sort of like pull cloth over her hand and start sort of trying to stop the bleeding.
You should go home and stay there. There's crazy stuff afoot in Wolf Summit.
She sort of pulls herself up alongside a tree, and it's just like, yeah.
I'll point towards her house. It's that way. Avoid the crowd there and just go over there, go home and hide. Lock your door.
Avoid the angry mob. Yeah.
Like nodding.
Nice.
Darrian, where are you going? Are you headed over there?
Then I'll follow Lylani. I just want to get from point A to point B at some point in this game without a detour. Right now,
I'm like eating a radish. Like, where are those guys?
That's your idea of a snack?
What? It's very healthy.
I love radish. I would actually eat them as a snack.
I probably would too, but just giving him some hard time.
But yeah, it's not very caloric. Not like high on vitamin C or anything like
but
that.
you can hide them places for a long time. They don't go bad.
That's true.
Yeah.
You go to you're both downstairs from the widow's house looking up.
All right, that was like totally a spell component. Like, I've eavesdropped on enough like spellcasters to know that much. Like, something's afoot. Perhaps we should intercede. I don't know. What do you think, Darrian?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm right behind you. Or right in front of you. I'm a little stouter than you.
Yeah.
But I don't want to fight my cousin.
I think
maybe the widow's put a spell on her. That's probably it.
Either way, we need to put the kibosh on this.
We gotta
so
do this real quick.
All right. The front door?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no time to lose. Let's do it. I guess we'll run upstairs, yeah?
Yep. In we go. I know, right?
What could go wrong?
We only got 5 minutes in the session. You head upstairs.
Oh shit!
And there is a make a death saving throw. No kidding.
What kind of a joke is that?
Lylani and Darrian, you head upstairs and you come around the bin, and there's no one up here. This is just a big room that the widow lives in up here. by herself. And along one wall is a very large tapestry. Otherwise, it's the room looks like it once had lots of books and papers in it, but now there's just sort of a desk with some loose parchment and ink and a few quills around. It looks like there were once jars here, but they are largely gone. The bed is stripped of its bedclothes. The several pieces of, clothing have been put away rather neatly. The room is tidy. The only strange thing is a tapestry that shows a temple that looks a lot like Afra's temple in the woods. Except it does not have a building between the columns, or did not once have a building between the columns. Between the columns is just a staircase. And it's not surrounded by woods. It's surrounded by what looks like a kind of a mountain scene.
Mountain scene. Okay.
And
Xenia is like nowhere to be found?
Xenia is nowhere to be found. There is, however, a bloody handprint in the middle of the tapestry.
Ah.
I think she went into the tapestry.
What? Went into the
I know. Or went through it, or I don't know. We need to get like the magic guys here, the people who know anything about magic.
I think Constant Sorrow knows something about magic for sure. And Afra knows something about temples.
Yeah, we are like the least two qualified people to be here right now.
Are you calling them?
All right. Well, it looks to me like everybody in town is listening to this, rabble-rousing speech, this hate-mongering speech. So they're probably not going to pay any attention to what we're up to. Of course, they may also be about to march off into the woods and start setting fire to everything in sight, but that's a separate problem. So, yeah, we'll call everybody, and what are they going to do with the dog man that's with them now?
What are you guys going to do with the dog man? We're going to skip ahead really quickly.
Let's do, because if they bring him into town, he's going to get killed. So,
are you going to try to bring him with you?
Well, we can bring him around the...
disguise him?
We could disguise him as a little old lady.
Make him walk on all fours like a
real dog. Oh wow, that's
definitely works better than a little old lady.
Maybe he could pass for the widow Elda in a pinch.
Is there a way to get to the house without being seen? Because that seems like a might work better.
Overstress that. I just kind of want to know roughly what you're trying to do to get through.
All right. Maybe we just get rough directions from our dogman friend, and then tell him to go and warn his people that the humans are on the warpath.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
All right, let's do that. So we hear them yelling. I'll angrily throw my half-eaten potato to the ground and say, give us directions. Go warn your people. We'll head over to join the rest.
Let's get you guys there. So you're not bringing him with you. All right.
No, I guess not.
No, I think sending him off to warn his people makes, that's...
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I think you guys see the same thing that they did. And I'm assuming you guys tell them the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Including the part about Hilda getting badly injured, or at least having her hand sliced.
Yeah, but we sent
What the
her.
hell? Is she all right?
She bled some, but she was going home, and I told her to go home and lock her door and stay in her house, and she seemed to have pulled it together. And then we chased Zinnia, I think, or whoever, someone who certainly looked like my cousin Zinnia anyway. We chased her here, but she wasn't here, and we found this tapestry with the handprint and this weird temple building.
I think you guys are right. I think this is our way we have to follow. And I wouldn't worry about Hilda. I mean, you don't want to have too much blood. It's good to periodically just get rid of it.
Excess blood.
That's what the leeches all say.
Exactly. I don't know. I will take my hand and put it in the same spot as the bloody print.
Morrain?
Yeah.
Despite everything looking pretty neat and tidy to the other people, I'd like you to make that roll your wisdom and add 2 to it, just like you did.
Okay. Oh, wait. No, I'm low. I'm going for low, right?
Yeah, you want to go low.
Oh, 3.
Nice. Yeah, they're not like pronounced because it's not muddy outside or anything like that. But there are footprints all over this room.
Huh.
What directions? I meant probably many directions, but like, are there
Coming from up the
predominantly
stairs towards the tapestry.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna look under the tapestry.
There is
Like,
nothing
it's
behind
just a wall.
It's just a wall.
Okay. Yeah, I think you guys.
I think Lylani nailed it.
You must be right. Yeah, there's.
I think you also noticed that it's not just one bloody handprint, but there's another. It's covering another bloody handprint.
Right.
There's one that's fresh and one that's just slightly older, and they don't line up perfectly.
Oh.
Hmm.
Does anything happen when we touch the tapestry?
Not you right now.
All right.
I'll just like make a cut my hand enough to bleed and do it. Just
nothing happens when you touch the
nothing happens.
tapestry.
Okay.
What?
Maybe it has to be somebody else's blood. Maybe that's why she was cutting
Okay.
Hilda's hand.
Well, maybe.
Maybe it has to be Hilda's blood. Let's go.
I'll just hold my hand up to somebody. Like here, put your hand. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Oh my God! Now you're all
Damn.
sliced up.
This sounds like there's some. What are we missing here?
Oh, what's special about Hilda's blood?
She was acting like she
She's a
was
witch?
drunk.
She's a witch.
She's a witch. Well, Constant Sorrow's kind of a witch, and it didn't work.
yeah. I think they'd be able to.
Yeah. Well, how old is Hilda?
Like
A little
19.
bit, yeah, 19.
Yeah.
All right. So she couldn't possibly be a virgin.
Wow.
I'm grasping at straws here. I don't know.
I look around as if to say,
That is none of your business.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. What is it her especially? You think? No, not all those people didn't all. There's
Right,
blood on here
yeah.
already, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
So maybe there's something else. Maybe it's blood and something.
well,
Like magic words or something.
Oh, yeah, maybe there's a word you have to say.
Is there anything written on the tapestry?
There is nothing written on the tapestry.
Hmm.
All right, let's look at the clues from.
So you know,
I mean,
I have some skill at forbidden secrets from my past. Does anything about this speak to me?
Why don't you make an intelligence check? Treat your intelligence as 2 higher. So treat it as 13. And you're going to get information either way, but I want to know how much to give you.
Sure. Well, I rolled a 13 on the nose.
Nice. All right.
Well done. Darrian, you remember the times of the tales of the old times? And the number 1 story. In fact, I think Zinnia brought this up to you. Is that the old royalty and the old aristocrats? That the blood of your sorcerers was the primary way of opening portals.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
So it does have to be the blood of a witch or a spellcaster. We all look at Constance.
Does Afra look at Constance Sorrow?
Isn't somebody else also? Yeah, Afra also.
Yeah,
right.
True.
So between the two of us, maybe we can.
Afra's no witch. She's practically a nun.
They're very similar. They're very similar.
Magic. It's magic.
I mean, look at all the spells she has. She's much more witchy than I am. I would say. But
also probably
yes.
no coincidence that the temple on the tapestry looks like the temple in the woods.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So Afra will take her knife and cut her hand and offer it to anyone else who wants to try. Because if her blood does work and she goes through, that only leaves you with 1 spellcaster.
Yeah,
so
I'll go last in case.
It may open a portal that we can all just walk through.
Oh, maybe.
That would be good.
I guess we'll see.
So should I try?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll cut my hand and slam it against the print that's already on there.
All of you suddenly realize you're outside.
Yeah.
Woo! And it is cold. And it's windy outside right now, slightly, but it is really windy. And in the moonlight, you can see the rock wall of the mountain behind you. And the large sort of colonnaded portico immediately in front of you. And I think that's where we're going to cut.
Nice. God, I feel like I overthought that whole situation a little bit.